Digits BB. Hello everyone, welcome to Digits BB. Tonight we'll be doing the first ambient evening stream in a while with a game from the itch.io bundle called A Lullaby of Colors. So earlier today I was thinking maybe it'd be cool to do another game for the ambient evening stream series, and then I realized what date it was. In Japan it is currently April 20th. And I was thinking about some of the games I had written down that I marked from the itch.io bundle. And I remember some of them being particularly trippy or weird or dank. And so I decided to look around some of the games that I had written down and see which game would be most fitting for a day like today. I came across once again the page for this game, and I noticed that the recommended price for this game on the itch.io page was $4.20. So yeah, I guess there's really no game that's more appropriate to play than A Lullaby of Colors, but the developer described this game as just being like a colorful, relaxing landscape to explore. It's also available as in the VR format, but I don't have the equipment to do that, so we'll just be playing the normal first-person game for desktop. Nick, I don't know if you meant to do this, but when you added me on Twitch, at least in my chat, it's displaying my old Twitch name from years ago, which is interesting. But yeah, happy 420 everybody, Lullaby of Colors. I don't even smoke weed and never have, but we're still celebrating the holidays somehow anyway. A Lullaby of Colors. Catch a bouncing ball to visit a different experience. I found the vid where I joined Discord, that's funny. Well, you added me and it displays my name in bold and everything as if it's still my username. Alright, so it says catch a floating ball. Oh, so in this game you just kind of float around. You can't jump or anything because you're just a floating entity. But if you press the space bar, that'll make the landscape stop moving. Oh, that's a floating ball right there, isn't it? Did that do it? Oh yeah, it appears to be changing the landscape, doesn't it? I like these clouds up here. This is quite trippy, but also, yeah, really pretty to look at. I imagine for somebody who wanted to try the VR version of this game, this would look really pretty to watch in, like, your full surroundings through VR. Yeah, I mean, you have the bundle, so you could look into this. Every landscape is unique. There are at least a couple other games in the bundle that were like this too. This is the one I settled on, but there are others that looked equally trippy or had a similar theme of just exploring colorful environments like this. It kind of reminds me a bit of a game that I've played on the channel before called Proteus, but that game had a little bit more well, I don't know about detail, but like the landscapes you explore in that game in Proteus are like an actual like deserted island. Like they have they represent like an actual real landscape, and you explore in it for a longer period of time. Whereas here you just kind of float around and touch a floating ball to change the design. It's kind of like watching a really trippy desktop screensaver, but instead of just looking at one image, you're exploring it as a 3D environment. The sounds are based on the colors and heights around you. Oh, that's a cool rainbow effect. I don't think this game necessarily has a clear beginning, middle, and end either. Let me pull up the store page on my phone real quick, but I think it basically just said, you know, it's kind of just meant to be jumped into and played for like anywhere from like 5 minutes to a half hour or so. I mean, it's A Lullaby of Colors, that's what the game suggests in the title. A Lullaby of Colors by Handyman404, sold for $4.20 USD. This is a blissful psychedelic relaxation experience made for both VR and non-VR. Treat yourself to this virtual refuge from the real world with procedurally generated realms of gentle sounds, sweet-tasting colors, and breathtaking beauty. Find and catch the bouncing spheres to visit different worlds. Find the perfect place to relax and watch the virtual world go by. There are no enemies, quests, guns, or puzzles. There is no objective other than to relax and enjoy. And let's see, more information. Oh, that's just like the tags and such. Average session, a few minutes. So yeah, it's just kind of meant to be explored and viewed. It is nice to look at and listen to, though. Oh, here there's a lot more music going on because the balls are bouncing on the floor much more quickly. Alright, well, let's change the environment again. Oh, I can also press the P key to save a screenshot from the game, so that's cool. If I get another visual that I really like, I'll try that out. I saw somebody in the comments of the store page ask, like, would it be cool if I used... Oh, there we go. Somebody asked, would it be cool if I used, like, footage of this game as, like, the background in YouTube video, and the dev was like, yeah, go for it, so... Seemed to be pretty cool about letting people use and plug the game. I believe there was also another review or comment about this game where somebody said they, they brought this game to a party where VR games were being played, and the group settled in the description of this game as an adult ball pit, which I think, looking at this game visually, is a pretty apt description. Just trying out that screenshot feature. I'm not sure exactly where these images are saving to. Maybe they're in the files for the game. Guess I'll look for them after we finish playing and I can post them on the Discord later. Exactly how high up can I go? It looks like this is how about the limit right here? Alright, let's see what I can get next. Oh, this is cool. This is really cool, wow. I was looking for some kind of like rainbow arrangements of colors, and I definitely got that with this one. This is a 420 game indeed. I think I picked the right game for the occasion. It's very trippy. And pretty simple too. I didn't really have anything else planned for this stream, but this obviously doesn't really need to go on for that much longer. We can just try a couple more landscape changes. I thought the exploration would be a little bit more, you know, like a little bit more goal-based, or there would be a bit more time taken for each time you change the area, but this is obviously meant to just be like a relaxation simulator where you just kind of watch the environments, and the balls are always close by for you to change the environment whenever you want to. So really simple, but also really chill. But yeah, I think if you were to stream this, or to stream, like, do like some sort of VR stream session, then you can just like throw this game in the middle somewhere. And so just like to play something more just kind of visually focused like this. Hello, Grace. We're having a bit of a trip over here. I don't have a lurk command, so I lurk will do. Shadows hide you well, official _ Grace, unseen but much appreciated. Have a comfy lurk. Ooh, is this ball gonna bounce right into me? It might. Oh, it's totally not going to, is it? Just gonna fly right away from me. Or maybe it will. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, ball, come on. You're just gonna shun me, huh? I didn't know that the playthrough of Emily's Away 3 would be streamed again so soon. Enjoy the 420 game. Much appreciated. Alright, next scene. Okay, the music's a bit more active in this one. This is like the landscapes of Magicant from Earthbound, but with the musical vibe of Dire Dire Docks from Super Mario 64. I guess it's just the first song that I think of when I think of, like, chill video game music. These would make very pretty desktop backgrounds, though. Just like GIFs of... Well, not GIFs, but just like the animations from these scenes where it just uses a desktop background. Or not a background, but a screensaver. Though a still image of this would look nice as a desktop background as well. Kind of reminds me of the, like some people in like the dorms that Nick and I used to live in, or like the apartments in our area, where there would be some people who had like lava lamps, or some sort of like rainbow pattern lights set up in the room at night. So whenever you walked past their window, it would just be like alternating colors of the rainbow cycling through. Okay, so this world is still rainbow colored and the colors change, but this environment is barely moving. Oh, do I change the colors if I roll along here? Oh, it looks like I can change the color. That's actually really cool. That must mean behind the first-person camera, I am in fact a ball too. That screenshot probably looked like poop because I'm not sure exactly at what point it took the picture. Alright, next scene. Oh, now we're doing waves out here. Here, let's see if we can catch one. Oh, without touching the ball. Oh, this is turning more into a roller coaster than a wave. Alright, well this level is an entire symphony. That doesn't really capture well if you try to take a picture of it though. This is really pretty for me and most of my audience to look at. But I'm sure like a colorblind person would try to play this game and be like, man, I get nothing out of this. Just a world of dots. AKA Chris and Jamie. Yeah, I didn't know that Chris is colorblind as well. I knew that Jamie was. I don't entirely remember, but I think that isn't colorblindness like a trait that skips generations or something? So doesn't that mean that their child wouldn't necessarily be colorblind, but if they had grandchildren they would be? What happened if I pause this? Do the colors still change? Nope. There's lock in place if you press space. Whoa. Whoa. Magic hand indeed. Yeah, my dad is actually colorblind as well. I think mostly to like shades of green and blue. I believe he still considers green to be his favorite color for some reason. I don't think I've ever really gotten an explanation as to why that is. I guess without really having a clear understanding of how colorblind people perceive color. But I have watched him attempt to take one of those like classic colorblindness tests with like the dotted numbers inside a circle of dots. And he basically just can't even see the colors in like any of those. So, I guess for a colorblind person, this game might be like, it might still be kind of pretty to see like just the kind of dancing shapes and like the changes and lighting and such, but in the music as well. But other than that, they wouldn't get as much visually out of a game like this. I do remember though that, and I've probably written down the titles of them as well in my like Google Doc that I've been checking with, but there was at least one game, and maybe others I don't remember, in the itch bundle that specifically were labeled as colorblind friendly puzzle games. Like puzzle games that are based on like resolving puzzles that don't require color vision in order to solve them. Because I mean, when you think about it, a lot of puzzle games, even stuff like Tetris, like a lot of being able to play those games effectively and with precision involves being able to perceive the colors of the blocks. When we play Tetris 99, they do have the Game Boy theme. of the game from the original Game Boy, which I think is kind of cool to play with in a sort of like retro aesthetic kind of way. But it's hard to play as precisely with that colorless Game Boy theme, because even though the blocks have different textures, sometimes those textures just don't clue me in on the shapes of the blocks as well as the colors would. So I think colors are usually the clearest reference of differing shapes in puzzle games, and without that you can't really have as full of an experience. So I'm curious what a colorblind friendly puzzle game would be like. Speaking of greens and blues. This world is a little bit less active. Let's see what comes next. Ooh, this one is a lot more musically and colorfully active. Alright, well, we've been going for about a half hour, and I think we've seen the gist of this game. It's kind of meant to be a little color, relaxation, exploration adventure. It's a cool concept. I think in VR it would be a really peaceful experience as well, but this is something that, you know, I suppose I can come back to from time to time. I don't know. So I suppose if I'm playing a game like Rip Pants at work, and it's not going well, trying to break my speedrun record, and I'm getting so upset. After I play Rip Pants at work for a while, I could unwind a bit with A Lullaby of Colors. So the game is good for those kinds of purposes. So yeah, if people enjoy watching these kind of ambient evening streams, I do them from time to time. I have a list of plenty of other games, mainly indie games, that I can play that capture this kind of relaxing, peaceful vibe. So I can go through more games in that list. As well as just a lot of other indie games of different genres and moods and categories. There's just so many more to go through from the itch bundle, like over 1,000 things I haven't even tried, so I've made note of ones that stand out to me for various reasons. Some games that are more story focused, some that are more chill like this, some that are just kind of funny and weird. And of course there's all the other stuff going on with the channel as well, like the long neglected Super Mario RPG playthrough. Only time will tell when that one resumes. And speaking of playthroughs that need to be revisited, there's also that Night in the Woods playthrough. oh, hello, Cold Spider. Welcome. We're actually just about to end stream. But I hope you enjoy looking at this Lullaby of Colors. And while the plans haven't been solidified yet, I think this upcoming Sunday morning / afternoon, aka Saturday evening for most of my viewership in the US, we can resume the playthrough of Emily is Away 3, which we are presumably about halfway through when we started last weekend. Oh, is Cold Spider a viewer of yours, Nick? I was wondering how they just kind of showed up. I was like, why would somebody necessarily be looking for a stream of A Lullaby of Colors? That would be intriguing. But having connection to somebody else makes more sense. That would have been the weirdest coincidence since Andre found my channel a couple months ago. Because that was pretty wild when Andre just raided me at the end of his short kite playthrough and just decided to raid me. And he was like, wait a minute, do you know Blazer Gamer 112? And I was like, yeah, like in real life I know him. And he was like, wolf whoop. And we were both just sitting there with surprised Pikachu faces. Alright, well I think it's time to call it, so thank you everybody for watching this chill stream of Lullaby of Colors. I'll see everybody very soon, maybe for some Mario RPG or something else during the week. If not then the next time you'll see this channel live will probably be for the continuation of Emily is Away 3, which will be the polar opposite of this relaxing and calming and not extremely stressful game. So, thank you everybody for watching. And I think I'll just let the colors play for just a little bit longer before I end.